I heard everyone here with more Your Turn to Die. Last time, we have just discovered Gombi is really Alice Yabusame. He has murdered, and he is Reko's brother, but they have since been estranged. And now we are moving on to to see her reasons for why she shouldn't be killed. Let's start talking with So. See a lot that's illogical about Nao's actions. Aren't you curious what she was doing in that room? Wonder if she was really just hiding. So seems to want to imply something. After everyone else, I inspected the kitchen and found no signs of any trickery. Miss Sarah, you searched before me, so you should be aware of this as well. Alright, and now. I didn't touch anything in the room. Sitting in the dark, I asked him questions again and again, even though I wouldn't get an answer. No, probably the long, narrow box, and probably a Kai statement. The fact that I saw no signs of trickery. But the knife is missing! Oh, I suppose I will accept it, but... Shoot, that was a mistake. Alright, not bad. Maybe I could present the long, narrow box to her? Okay, there we go. Did you really not touch anything? Huh? The kitchen had been locked until then. And after you left now, we obtained this long, narrow box. There was nothing inside. Only Now could have taken the knife out of it. I don't know anything about that. Hold on. When and how did Now find the key to the kitchen anyway? It was open. Eh? The kitchen door was unlocked at the time, so I ran in and locked it from the inside. Then somebody else went in first, Meow. That's who took the knife, Woof. First, I carried Alice over to the pink room. At that time, someone dug through the kitchen, took the knife, and left. Finally, it now went into the kitchen, and with the box and locked herself in. Does the timing work out? Maybe that's logical? Super sketchy though. It's not sketchy in the least. I'll tell you anything. Well then, Miss Now, tell us what you were doing in the kitchen. Progress. The whole time, I just sat and held the box. I didn't move an inch. Well, I guess you'll just have to break the ice, Sarah. Yeah, I need to ask her about that. If she never let it go, I wonder why the box was empty. I'll just have to ask her. Sure would like to solve this mystery. It'll keep me up at night. The whole time, I just sat and held the box. I didn't move an inch. Sitting in the dark, I asked him questions again and again, even though I wouldn't get an answer. Alright, let's try putting KG's statement onto Now. So you're lying, huh, Now? What? There was nothing in the box, nothing at all. What? That can't be right. It's true Now. What's that? I don't know anything. The professor was with me the whole time. Where did he go? This is an act. Now ain't that kind of gal. There's gotta be a reason it vanished. The mystery of the vanishing head. If Now is just acting, then can't really put together why she'd need to lie to us here. What's going on? I don't understand. Progress. I certainly lost sight of myself, but I've done nothing suspicious, and I don't know why it disappeared. Now respected Professor Mishima. Maybe her shock was so great that she unconsciously did something strange. It must have gotten swapped at some point with another box the kidnappers prepared.
The contents of the box warped, meow, like a dimensional teleporter thingy, woof.
Miss Now being manipulated by the kidnappers. Is that a possibility? Is there no good lead? Do a save! Respected Professor Mishima. It's not like we always act in the most logical way, right? This was after that awful vote. If I felt what Now felt, If you felt like Now, would you be sad? What would you do? Joe, if it had been you who lost someone precious in that vote, what would you do? If it were me, rather than grieve, I might just snap. Snap? Like, who the hell voted for Sarah? I'd look for a culprit on the spot. Of course, I know full well it was Miley to blame, but I might take out my anger on everybody else. That's what I mean. You don't always follow logic. Yeah, maybe so. If someone else killed them, anger would be a natural response. I wouldn't grieve, I'd be pissed and try to find a culprit. But I guess that's just what Miley wants, huh? Must have been swapped at some point. I mean, this place is full of crap like that. The kitchen was pitch black. It got swapped in the dark and she wouldn't notice.
Dimensional teleporter thingy. This place must be hyper advanced mansion, meow.
Jen.
Big Sis Now isn't a bad person, meow. Do something, woof.
Miss Now being manipulated by the kidnappers. Maybe she was on the kidnapper's side to start. Or maybe brainwashed or something? Doubting doesn't feel good, does it? I certainly lost sight of myself. To me, Professor Mishima was a very, very important figure. Using Professor Mishima in the boat. Were you sad? I was sad. It hurt. I didn't want to believe it was reality. Is that all? Is that strange? You'd understand, right, Sarah? Wasn't she curious about who voted for Professor Mishima? Seeing that happened to Professor Mishima, more than angry, I was sad. It hurt. The pain, you all couldn't understand it. Alright, so let's pit Joe and Now statements. Store it. But what about the anger? Now, I'm a little curious. Huh? Maybe I've just got a rough disposition, but why didn't you think about looking for the culprit? I mean, it wasn't an accident. It's because of the votes that such a terrible thing happened to someone you deeply respected. Ain't it more natural to get angry? I don't think so at all. Since I knew no one's votes had any ill will. Maybe you didn't respect him. Well, ouch, so jeez. What are you? Maybe Miss Now and Professor Mishima didn't have any bond at all. Then I could understand her mindset of not seeking out the culprit. How awful! You're awful, just awful! Sarah, what do you think? I think your bond is real. Fuck off. Those two seem to have a great relationship. I can't point to some logical proof or there's just something about it. Now being that distraught couldn't be an act. And yes, there must be some reason for the professor's disappearing head. The collar. Huh? Suppose Miss Now didn't stick Professor Mishima in the box out of affection for him. Rather, maybe her objective was to retrieve the collar on his neck. In other words, information that Molly failed to retrieve. You trying to say Now collected the collar in place of the kidnappers? Don't know, however. Should note your friendly policeman wasn't able to investigate the collar, because Now was there. Hey, you being serious? What? What are you talking about? I don't know. I don't know anything. Please just stop it. Then tell us what. Then tell us. Why didn't you care who the culprit was after the vote? Because Professor Mishima was killed by the people who voted for him. Stop right there, Joe. Stop it. Don't say another word. I'm begging you. I'll tell you everything. What? I overheard all of it. It was just before the vote. Mishima said something, quiet enough that only somebody real close could hear. Miss Now. Let us vote for each other, Miss Now. He said that? Thinking the vote was just a test. I'm sure Now voted for Mishima like he asked. But Mishima voted for himself. Mishima. To protect his student, just in case. That's why Now didn't look for the culprit. Don't bring up any ill will crap, because it doesn't matter. His death was an accident. Now. If I hadn't voted for him. I'm sorry now. All this time I've been thinking whoever voted for another person must have had bad intentions. Just 'cause I voted for myself. What? But So voted for you. Wait, Joe, you voted for yourself? Oh, unless if So's just lying. That was another possibility. Huh? Yeah. So, didn't you tell me you voted for Joe? No way, I didn't say anything like that. Oh, that's just suspicious. Why did I take your word at face value, So? That was my mistake. I'm just... Bro! Go fly! What's this about, So? Don't worry about it, everybody. Miss Sarah asked me who I voted for, so I just told her whatever. She's so diligent, she must have taken it seriously. This guy, bro, what the fuck? He's a huge liar! So, ultimately, are we just gonna ignore the missing head? That's still a big mystery, but it seems like Now did nothing wrong, at least. Maybe Rekko had the right idea, and it got swapped out at some point.
Just discussing it's pointless, Wolf. Let's talk about that gorilla next, Meow.
For real? You okay ignoring it, Sarah? Disappearing head. Well, let's go to the next topic, I guess. Oh? So didn't like that, I don't think. Sorry, that was bad manners. Hey guys, you're never gonna solve anything like this. But I think it's wonderful you can trust each other this much after just meeting, you know? But, well, bad people always feign innocence. You trying to say Now's a bad person? I just remembered something. That Miss Now's the one who attacked me. What? That was a close one. If I hadn't remembered, she could have gotten away clean. Is that true or a lie? Question now. Shut So's mouth. I mean, he's been lying a lot. So, like, but we'll question Now. Because Now has not said anything in response. That's wrong. I'll hear out anything, Miss Now. Now's your only chance to tell us the truth. If we're going to argue until one of us loses trust, I'll have to do my best too. Tell me, do you have that courage? I did hit So. Like the one time So's telling the truth. For real? You're joking, right? Why now? I was threatened. By who? Kai. And good boy, Kai. He couldn't. Kai threatened me to strike So in the head. Drama. What you got to say, Kai? Just dots? Alright, that's fine. Just sit there and look pretty. Kai threatened me to strike So in the head. After the body collection announcement, I ran with the box to the cafeteria, where suddenly Kai pulled me by the hand and pushed me into the kitchen. Remain quiet. If you hide here, you won't be found. Okay. Kai protected me, then threatened me. It was very confusing. I think that's grade A manipulation right there. It's quite admirable of you to stand up to the kidnappers, Miss Now. Please, don't tell anyone about this. Once Kai knew of the situation, he made me a proposal. Well then, Miss Now, would you indulge a request of mine? What kind of request? That is enough. Don't be a wet blanket. We were just getting to the good part. I am astonished you would tell such a lie, Miss Now. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss Kai. It's not a lie. Kai, you deny threatening her? Indeed, if she had been threatened, she would surely tell all at the start. For Miss Now has no reason to defend me. It is quite different from when Alice stood up for Miss Recco. Awful. You're awful, Kai. Oh. Kai really do have him dead eyes. That's what makes him so attractive. Alright, stuck in equilibrium, failing to come to an agreement. Miss Now, you are attempting to drag in as many others as you can. You're wrong. I cannot entertain these lies. I couldn't open the kitchen. Probably affirm that. Like Now says, she couldn't open the door to the kitchen. And neither could I. In fact, the kitchen key was beyond the iron bars on the second floor, yes? I did not go to the second floor. How do you explain the key's presence there? Could the door have been picked open? The key was thrown from 1F to 2F. Maybe deny picked open because there's no tools? Nope. Inconceivable. Kai, can you pick a lock? I cannot, so it would be impossible. Yeah, he can't? Thrown from 1F to 2F. Maybe affirm that? No. It certainly could with your own lock-picking skills, Kai. My proficiency is cooking. Do you have proof I can pick a lock? I don't. But I believe you can do anything you put your mind to, Kai. I know you can do it. Affirm that. Nope, I'm bad at this. That's it. They were iron bars just up the stairs. The key was thrown. Is that so? I understand. However, supposing I guided Miss Now to the kitchen, do you believe I could threaten her? Oh, I was right. Okay. I would need a weakness to threaten with. It's strange to protect me out of goodwill. Maybe deny, because you just got a frying pan. That's threatening enough. No, if you had the kitchen knife, you would have been able to threaten her. That too. But let us suppose I could indeed. Why would I have Miss Now attack So? There is no point in using Miss Now. He must have had it out for So. Deny that there's no point, because it separates him. Wrong, you had Now do it because there was a chance So would see your face. Oh, I'm like, well, I'm still being suspected, so a lot of good that did me. And that is why I'm being suspected now. If I had done it, I would surely be most prudent and not let my face be seen. Is he just saying that in hindsight? I can't upset the balance. Let's start over. Probably whatever now is saying. Must have had it out for so. Affirm? Maybe there's some conflict between Kai and So? There is nothing. I can't prove it! Fair enough, okay. Affirm? But that doesn't make much sense. That's true. Wouldn't it be better to hit him yourself? Indeed, as I have greater arm strength. This isn't it. Alright, deny. There wasn't anything deep enough for resentment, which means he had an objective not tied to So. Okay, that makes sense, but hard to make that leap with just denying he must have had it out for So. If you insist that's the case, what objective could I have had? The laptop. To steal something, perhaps? Yes! To destroy our trust in our allies. Affirm. So you admit it, Kai! Oh, what are you referring to? Kai, you wanted to steal the laptop So had. Like, oh. I suppose I did admit to that, huh? I remember now. Kai said he'd defend me on the condition that he received the laptop. You ought to remember the important parts first. She lost herself enough to knock a dude out. Of course her memory's gonna be fuzzy. I'm sorry, but now I remember it clearly. Do you understand, Miss Now? He's so scary. Please retrieve the laptop from So in the hidden room. I can't. If he sees me, he'll call for Sarah. Then you may borrow my frying pan. Approach him from behind, understand? Do not worry. Your strength is such that even a forceful whack with this will not kill. But if you refuse, I will hand this key to someone else. That's... Please, Miss Now, I am not the only one who will be in trouble if I do not get that laptop. Miss Sarah will be as well. Sarah? But that was all a lie, wasn't it? Kai didn't keep his promise. Kai must the one who took the professor away. Must be, I guess. Yeah. Might not necessarily be a lie, actually. Huh? The laptop is password locked. Considering that, why do you think Kai would be so serious about taking it? Because, in a way to bypass it, he needed the laptop battery. The password was easy to guess. What a stupid explanation. But it's actually the correct one. I like his eye twitch. His angry eye twitch is just so cute. A password was easily guessable. Wait, if you know that, you unlocked it? Of course. What? Didn't you say you couldn't see anything? Yeah, but that was a lie. Crocodile tears. Heckin' so. Another lie? See, the password was Chidoin. Huh? It's Chidoin? What a bizarre lie. Sorry to say, but it's true. I tried typing in everyone's names. And my last attempt was trustworthy Miss Sarah's last name, Chidoin. Imagine my shock. I've never seen that laptop in my life. Of course I know this isn't your laptop, Miss Sarah. Then, it's Kai's, isn't it? You read the emails. So you admit it. What in the world is this? I wanted to read them all, if only Miss Now hadn't whacked me. Ugh. Well now, what did they say? I remember them well. As planned, 17 people have been secured. That's what it said. You Zach. Kai is in hot water now, baby. Alright, extract. Among the emails on Kai's laptop was one saying, as planned, 17 people have been secured. I was able to read 4 emails, all of them sent from Kai to some other person. Though all the addresses were different, nonsense addresses that seemed like codes. I'm guessing that was a security measure to hide who they were being sent to. I'll recount them starting from the oldest, okay? Damn, he just memorized these things. That's pretty impressive. Unless he's just lying, because he could do that. As planned, 17 people have been secured, just in case. Is there no error in the date of the death game? Everything is proceeding smoothly. I feel a deep affection for Miss Sarah as well. I will certainly protect her. I am prepared to offer myself up for the Chidoins. It's about time. If any harm comes to Sarah Chidoin, I will stand against even you as an enemy. Miss Sarah is looking forward to the games. Surely her friend will also take part. And that's what they said. What in the world? Death game? He gotta be shitting me. Clearly he was talking about this. Kai, this gotta be wrong, right? You can't be with the kidnappers, yeah? Well now, were we a prone scoundrel? Oh, apron, a prone. A prone. Were the apron scoundrel and Sarah Chidoin acquainted? I wouldn't say acquainted, he's just kind of following me. Kai is the man who stalked me. You don't think the friend is Joe? Me? I inferred that much myself. It's a fact that Kai knew about this death game. He's with the kidnappers. And more terrifying yet, Miss Sarah and Joe are with them too. How dare you? How dare you say that? Joe has entered the battle. Miss Sarah and Joe are with the kidnappers too. You can gather as much from the emails. As planned, 70 people have been secured just in case there's everything proceeding smoothly. Second email, I'm prepared. I mean, Kai's prepared to die for us. I mean, that's pretty husbando material right there. If we were with the kidnappers, obviously we wouldn't do that dangerous trial. We can't even trust the contents of those emails to start with, or what you're saying, So. What if So is just making it up as he goes? If So's opinion catches on like this, we'll be in danger. Conflict? We were with the kidnappers, we wanted to have done the trial. Apply. Huh. So you won't admit it. Obviously, we nearly died in the first trial too. Yes, that's right. Something that terrifying. There's no point in doing it yourself, is there? Did you really do the trial? You can't prove it, can you? You cannot prove yourself either. Though if we had the laptop here, your lives would be exposed as well. Even after your threat was exposed, you're still staying stubborn, huh? For argument's sake, I might accept Kai's a bad guy, but I can't get those two being our enemies. Eh? Back in Russian roulette, it was Sarah and Joe being there that got us through safe.
Big Sis Sarah got me out of the cage, meow. You look weak, but you're a real cheeky wolf.
So I was like, oh, this is backfiring. Oh, shit. Hold on a second. That isn't what... Just making sure here. But you didn't read the emails wrong, did ya? Huh? How strange. What's the matter, everybody? Think calmly now. Look, Kai and Nao's actions were proven. Now hit me, made a big bump even. Doubting me now, it's illogical. This is just weird. Why does everybody believe Miss Sarah? Maybe because you keep lying, but I guess I'm the only one that knows for a fact that he's been lying.
How pitiful. It seems the difference in trust between you is the difference between heaven and earth.
What the hell? Open your eyes, everybody. I'm telling you what's right.
Corner him.
I won't fall for your puppy dog eyes.
So, you're a liar. Actions and behavior are what build trust. No one will believe the words of a liar.
So would you please shut up? My heart's too tender for this sprite. Enough. Oh. That's better. That my tender heart can take that a lot better. Also, music. Amazing, Miss Sarah. You're a prodigy at seizing people's hearts. Shameful of the rest of you for riffraff. Don't you value your lives? Don't you doubt when others are kind? Do you not even have brains to think for yourselves? Death is just a matter of time for you. That's the way weaklings live.
What the hell's happened to you?
I've given up on all you incompetents. Worthless, every one of you.
The loner snapped, meow. I'm scared, woof.
I can't count on any of you anymore. Miss Sarah, let's talk it out ourselves. This is the fastest way.
Okay.
Progress. Oh, time. Kai's with the kidnappers. He even asked me the date of the death game via email. And, he even, not me. And Miss Sarah's on it too. Kai's with the kidnappers. And Miss Sarah's in on it too. He even asked the date of the death game by email. This one. Hold on, you're wrong. What's your proof that I'm definitely with them? I think it can be inferred from the emails. So that's all it? A conjecture. I see. All the emails were sent to a single person. According to the emails, Kai seemed to love Miss Sarah. I sense strange devotion to the Chidoyans too. All the emails were sent to a single person. According to Miss Sarah. But just because he loves me don't mean I'm part of it. Only he would know that. He wrote, I feel a deep affection. Isn't that enough? Oh, he wrote, I feel a deep affection. Isn't that enough for you? That was failure. Alright. Likely someone from the Chidoins is involved in this. But to Kai, they're not as important as Miss Sarah. Aren't you three getting more and more dubious? No! I understand how Kai is suspicious. Even suspicious of me is inevitable, but suspecting the three of us as a group isn't right. You're just presenting this in a manipulative way. Jeez, that's a sharp remark. Well, I'll say it's like this for you. I hadn't even imagined Jill would be involved too. Her friends will also take part in the games. Scary stuff. After all, Miss Sarah is looking forward to them. Joe? Wait, please, Joe's name isn't even mentioned in the email. Making a conclusion off that is letting your assumptions go wild. You like personal attacks, huh, Miss Sarah? Ah, well, I guess I'll acknowledge it. That said, I'm not going to let you escape. 17 secured, add 3, and it matches the list to the bar. Taking the laptop by force tells the whole story, huh? After all this, do you still deny any relation to Kai? I don't know. What? What list in the bar do you mean? Yeah, that definitely wasn't the right one. Oh, you didn't know? There's the list of people's names on the blackboard, right? Those are the names of the people brought here, 20 in all. And if you remove Sarah, Kai, and Joe, that's 17 people. It matches up, right? What's the meaning of this? That was a failure. Discussion, and that did not feel good. Enough. Could you calm down for a second? I refuted most of his remarks. Why does he look so unperturbed? Seems like everyone's just plain unsure what's right anymore. Suspicion. An unpleasant air swirls around us. So, this is because of you. Get a grip, everybody. Doubting Sarah just isn't right. You want us all to be killed off? Hey, what do you think would be worse for you? If a guy like me with no trust were a traitor? No, that can't be it. It'd be if Miss Sarah was your enemy, right? Now see here. Yes, your attention please. Sorry to intrude while you were getting all fired up. It's nearly time for the preliminary vote. Oh, wait, at a time like this? The hell do we do? We've got no conclusions. How are we gonna make a vote without regrets? What can I say now? I'm the key master.
Meow?
If I let this chance go, I'll never get the chance to say it, although I did say it earlier, but I feel like that choice wasn't too significant, so this will probably be kind of vague in that respect. Should have said that. I did say it sooner. Saying that now just makes you more suspicious, you know? Even so, I'm saying it. So, I won't be beaten by you. Let's do the vote already. And now, it's your turn to die, Miss Sarah. That's the name of the game. Be sure who to vote for. Fuck you, so. Yes. Get my voting for myself this time. All votes have been received. Displaying results. I got 2 votes. Joel got 2 votes. Kana got some votes. Soul got votes. That one's me right there. Kai got the votes. Ouches. I love how Gombi gets to just, or Alice gets to just sit back. He's free. Like, what? Even though I'm a murderer. There's like, oh, fuck me. Fear is welling up inside me. What do you think of the results? 5 will proceed to the final vote. Kana Kizuchi, Kai Sato, Joe Tazuna. Why me? So Hiyori. I see. Sarah Chidoin. Will die? One of the 5 will surely, with certainty. I don't want to die. Am I safe? You're kidding? Me too? I love it. Like, oh shit! Way to go, me! Dumbasses! It's the next part, but seriously bad. Our votes will decide our fates. Do we have to choose? Big Sis Sarah. Why me? I've tried so hard. Not just for myself. It was so everyone could escape. So why? I don't want to die. I don't. Get a grip, Sarah. I mean, hey now, Sarah. Sorry about that was. I raised my voice a bit too much. I mean, hey now, Sarah. Your friendly policeman's with ya. Keiji. Listen, everybody. We need to narrow it down to just one person. Forget your sympathy and your grudges. Just remember the roles. If we choose the Keymaster or sacrifice, we all die. Yes, indeed. We're far from safe at all. Absolutely. Right. I retract my woohoo. Oh, hey. Is one of us a sage? If we've got a sage on our side, they'll know who's the Keymaster. Don't tell me there isn't, meow. It's the worst. So it's one of the 5? Nothing to be done. There's only one course of action. Have the 5 prove it with words. Isn't that right, Sarah? Yes. Exactly. I'll prove to you who the real Keymaster is. Good. Remember people's words and actions in discussion. That's where the path to victory lies. Final round.
The final 20 minutes. Please use this endlessly short time effectively. I'll be praying you don't all perish.
Miley quietly sat in the chair again. The final battle begins. And we will pursue this final battle in the next episode, so I hope to see you then.